San Diego State Aztecs play the Colorado State Rams at the Thomas Mack Center in Las Vegas, Nevada on Friday in the semifinals of the Mountain West Conference Tournament. San Diego State defeated Fresno State on Thursday in the quarterfinals 53-46. Adam Seco and Chad Baker each scored 11 points to help lead the Aztecs to the victory. San Diego State has won each of its last 5. Colorado State reached the semifinals of the MWC tournament with a 53-51 victory in the quarterfinals over the Utah State Aggies on Thursday night. Chandler Jacobs scored the winning basket on a bank shot with just less than 2 seconds remaining. Isaiah Stevens was the leading scorer for Colorado State with 14 points. The Rams held Utah State to 47% shooting. San Diego State was 1-1 straight up and 2-0 against the spread in its 2 meetings this season with Colorado State. The Aztecs have covered the number in 6 of their last 8 overall and in 5 of the last 6 when playing against an opponent with a winning percentage above .600. Colorado State has failed to cover the number in each of its last 4 when tagged as chalk and has failed to cover the nut in 4 out of the last 5 overall. Take San Diego State Aztecs -1.5. The St. Louis Billikens will play the Davidson Wildcats in the semifinals of the Atlantic 10 Conference Tournament on Saturday at the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. St. Louis reached the semifinals with a 57-56 victory over St. Bonaventure on Friday. Francis Okoro was the leading scorer for the Billikens with 14 points and also grabbed a team-leading 12 rebounds. The victory was the 4th straight for the Billikens. Davidson reached the championship game of the Atlantic 10 Conference Tournament with a 74-56 victory over the Fordham Rams on Friday. Davidson jumped out to a 16-point halftime lead and was never threatened after the break. Sam Minenga scored 15 points, grabbed 9 rebounds and handed out 5 assists for the top seed Wildcats. Davidson will defeat St. Louis on Saturday and move on to the championship game of the Atlantic 10 Conference Tournament, but the play here is under. The under has cashed in 6 of St. Louis's last 7 and in 5 of Davidson's last 7. In the only meeting of the regular season between these two A-10 rivals, a combined 137 points were scored to finish under the closing line of 142 points. Take under 138.5. The Abilene Christian Wildcats will take on the Seattle University Redhawks Friday night in the conference semis of the WAC tournament. Abilene Christian comes into the semifinals riding a 4-game win streak following a 14-point win over Stephen F. Austin on Thursday night. The Abilene Christian offense was dominant against Stephen F. Austin, making 53.1% of their shots and 46.7% from beyond the arc to score 76 total points in 40 minutes of action. The Seattle University Redhawks finished the regular season tied for the top spot in the conference and come into the semifinals on a 2-game win streak. Seattle University beat Chicago State 74-66 in the final game of the regular season after the Redhawks held the Cougars to 42.1% shooting and forced 8 turnovers in the game. Riley Grigsby led all scorers for Seattle with 22 points on 9 of 15 shooting. This is a game between 2 of the better teams in the conference as each is still pushing for a bid into the Big Dance. Seattle finished the season as one of the top teams in the conference and will continue their push on Friday night. Abilene Christian has the better offense, but Seattle has the deeper roster that will be the difference. Take Seattle to do enough to not only cover the small number but pull out the underdog win. Take Seattle Redhawks +2.5.